Surprise! As the gang prepares to celebrate Buffy's birthday, Drusilla attempts to resurrect an ancient demon.
We open with Buffy waking up in full makeup and jewelry, walking out of her room and entering an episode of Twin Peaks, which seems to happen a lot in this show. Her mom drops a plate, and Drusilla stakes Angel before saying happy birthday.
And when she actually wakes up, she visits Angel to make sure he's okay because her dreams about the Master came true before.
Angel then explains to her the differences between being awake and asleep before they start making out for a full 14 minutes.
Whenever I tell women about my bad dreams, they tell me that wasn't part of the deal and they take my money and go. Their conversation leads to suggestions of sleeping together.
The next day, Buffy talks to Willow about taking her relationship with Angel to the next level, and Buffy encourages Willow to talk to Oz, and they end up making a date to go to Buffy's party together.
He doesn't mention the way Buffy attacked him a few episodes ago, but she did also help when he got shot, so I guess it balances out. Well, not really, but whatever.
Well, you know, I use that in real life sometimes. I'll beat somebody up and say, and if you ever get shot, I'll help you. So it's cool.
Xander tries to ask Cordelia if she will openly date him, but she basically says no.
And then he talks to Giles about prepping Buffy's surprise party.
Then Buffy comes in to tell Giles about her dream.
And he tells her to be careful, which is obvious advice.
And Xander makes some jokes. I will say, even though other characters call him out on his jokes more now than they did before, they've gotten a lot better than they were in Season 1, and he's not as annoying.
He's still annoying, just not as annoying.
Sometimes. We cut to Spike in a wheelchair and burn face, and find out that Drusilla is also planning a party of some kind.
So I was wondering if they knew it was going to line up with Buffy's birthday, or it's just a dumb coincidence.
I think it was a dumb coincidence.
That makes me angry.
That's what you call thematic writing. She receives something ominous in a box, but we don't see what it is.
Buffy's talking to Joyce about her birthday, and I'm sorry, but it is ridiculous that they keep saying she's only going to be 17. And then Joyce drops a plate, just like in Buffy's dream.
Which never gets explained, because she just kind of drops it out of nowhere.
Yeah, they cut away like it was a show on cable. Because cable does not let those moments breathe. I felt like I was watching, I don't have cable, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Some show on cable.
Vincent Schiavelli visits Miss Calendar at school, apparently having no problem getting into the school, dressed like his character from Batman Returns.
And there was that monkey in Buffy's dream. And there is music in this episode. And he had that music box. It's all connected.
And Angel pulls a Batman all the time.
That's true.
We've seen Schiavelli before on this channel, in that episode of TNG, with those things and the stuff.
And it turns out that Miss Calendar has been keeping a close eye on Angel to make sure he is suffering for killing a member of their tribe. Because she is a gypsy. What a weird reveal.
Yeah. And they even refer to their own people as gypsies, which is an unlikely occurrence as the term is basically a slur. Thought that was weird too.
And now she's responsible for breaking the connection between Buffy and Angel because it makes Angel happy.
And she even says she was starting to believe that Angel was good now, but she doesn't put up much of an argument, which I thought was a little weird too.
Buffy expresses her fear about Drusilla still being alive, but Giles still wants to have the party.
And he points out that she prevented her dream about the Master's return from coming true. Some indeterminate amount of time later, Miss Calendar tells Buffy Giles said to meet her at some address, and offers to drive her there.
But on the way, they spot a group of vampires, and Buffy goes to fight them.
It turns out they're the ones working for Drusilla and Spike, and there's a pretty good throw at one point.
The fight ends with Buffy getting thrown through a window into her own surprise party.
Which surprised me. I thought Miss Calendar was taking Buffy into a trap or something, and the others wouldn't know where she was.
I thought she initially was, until the vampire group distracted her.
But why would it be right next to the party?
I don't know. That's another reason why Calendar's reveal was completely out of place.
She kills the vampires, and I really liked Oz's reaction to everything.
Hey, did everybody see that guy just turn to dust?
Yep, vampires are real. A lot of them live in Sunnydale. We'll fill you in.
I know it's hard to accept at first.
Actually, it explains a lot.
Calendar brings in the box that the vampires were carrying, and it contains an arm that strangles Buffy before they manage to get it off.
Angel seems to recognize the arm as part of the Judge, a demon that would kill the righteous, and was only able to be stopped once an army separated him into multiple parts, but they were unable to kill him. And Drusilla is apparently trying to put him back together.
And he's going to bring down humanity and Armageddon and etc. again. So Angel decides to take the arm to a remote region of the world, which could take months. He says he can't fly because of the sunlight, so he has to take a boat or something. But he's super old. He doesn't have some money stashed away to hire a private plane and just black out the windows or something. Has he never done any investing in his entire 200-year life?
I don't know. That might raise some questions, because if he doesn't have like a social security number or ID...
He's still getting his electric bill in his basement.
Okay, that's a good point. Buffy is sad that Angel will be leaving, and Drusilla is also sad because she lost the judge's arm.
At the docks, Angel's prepping to leave, and he gives Buffy a ring,
which he will wear the counterpart to show that they belong to each other.
But then suddenly they're attacked by vampires.
Buffy ends up getting thrown into the water, and Angel jumps in to save her, letting the vampires get away with the arm.
The people making this show really wanted to showcase that stunt of her getting thrown in the water. It felt like the camera work really wanted you to go, wow.
Yeah, and I did, so it worked.
Man, I can't even imagine the CGI budget for that shot.
Buffy goes back to Giles and the gang with the news, and they continue researching the judge to find a weakness. And Giles says,
his touch can literally burn the humanity out of you.
And Buffy falls asleep and has another dream where Drusilla kills Angel.
Drusilla gets the final piece of the judge puzzle and puts him together, and he turns out to be blue-flavored Brian Thompson, who we already saw playing a vampire back in the first episode.
And he showcases his judgeness by killing one of the vampires.
Buffy thinks she's figured out where Spike and Drusilla are from her dream, so she goes with Angel to see how far along they are in reassembling the judge. When they get to the location, the judge senses Buffy and they get caught.
But they manage to escape through a very thinly veiled metaphor about how too much television will destroy your brain.
And they get away via sewer tunnels into the rain.
They go back to Angel's basement, and things start to get hot and heavy, where they finally confess their feelings for each other. And I have a question mark after that sentence, because I thought that had already happened, but I guess not.
And it leads to them sleeping together. Impliedly. Because this was the WB. Mm-hmm. If it was HBO, that would have been an entire episode unto itself.
Well, they definitely do enough making out for an HBO show.
That's true.
Later, Angel suddenly wakes up in pain and manages to fully dress himself before stumbling out into the alley. Did you notice that?
No.
He was wearing like no clothes. He came out and he had his shirt and his jacket and everything on.
Okay. He's screaming Buffy's name, and this whole scene results in the weirdest to-be-continued moment I've ever seen. Surprise. Overall?
So it turns out that Buffy and Angel have feelings for each other. That's what this episode taught me. I'm glad the show really took the time to flesh that out. I did not think this episode was very good. The story was all over the place, the pacing was awkward, the transitions were jarring, and new reveals randomly came out of nowhere. What a super weird character development for Calendar, done in the most awkward way. Even if this hidden background was true all this time, now that we as the audience know, she's suddenly acting overtly sinister, which is dumb. Oz being part of the group was apparently not a thing, because after the party he just disappeared, which was made even more obvious by Willow blatantly pointing it out, which is too bad because I thought his lines were pretty good. I thought he was pretty funny.
I agree, but I thought her bringing him up actually made it work, because I mean he's probably busy doing other things.
Yeah, but after everything that happened, you would think he would want to know more.
I don't know, he seemed pretty casual about everything.
Yeah, that was weird. And we got yet another thing that will solve this Slayer problem once and for all in the Judge, but I suspect it may turn out to not really matter that much, judging by what we've seen in the past.
Was that a pun, too?
I'm just good that way.
I don't know if that's good, but okay.
Hopefully the second half of this two-part episode is better than the first. I didn't really like this one. I gave it a D+.
Wow.
I was in the C range, but C range is average, and I thought we've had plenty of episodes better than this one. I didn't think it deserved the rating of average.
Okay. I gave it a B. I thought this was by far the best Buffy-Angel relationship episode so far. I thought their relationship actually felt believable in this episode and made sense, which is not something we've usually been able to say. I think the fact that it turned out to be the first of at least a two-parter made me look at some things differently, because I know there are things that are going to be answered in the next part so I'm okay with certain things being left a little open. For example, the revelation of Miss Calendar, which I thought was interesting. I agree that it was kind of weird the way it was brought up, and I do hope they give us more of her feelings about being antagonistic toward Angel in the next part. And throughout this episode, I kept being suspicious of every single thing that she said and did, which I'm sure was intentional, and I liked that we never actually saw her do anything, so it makes us wonder what she's really doing.
I did like the one part at the party where Angel decided to go take the arm away, and she literally popped up in the frame. I was like, I'll drive you there. Which she would not have done if she had not had that hidden character development.
I thought the Drusilla Spike side of the episode was less interesting than the Buffy Angel stuff. They made it seem before like Drusilla would be stronger now or more mentally restored or something, but to me she seems basically the same. And for being something we've never heard of before, it seems like it was really easy for them to put the judge back together. Like you said, it kind of feels like stuff that we've seen before, some big threat popping up out of nowhere. Overall, it kind of reminded me of the What's My Line 2-parter, which was not that long ago, but I didn't think it was bad. I'm glad they've been doing a better job lately of making the main storyline stuff feel like it matters.
Yeah, I gave What's My Line B range. I thought this one was nowhere near as good as those.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens with the next part.
Yeah, then I will judge it.